All right, there we go. Hello, hello, John S. Rhodes of the Rhodes Brothers here. This is Greater Wealth Through Mastery. And the topic of today's short talk is I wrote a book with AI in 2.5 hours. And this is, in essence, a master class. I'm going to walk through probably about 12 steps. It'll be at least 10. I'll probably add a few steps on for you. And what I want to be very, very clear is that this book was created pretty much out of thin air in one day, from nothing all the way through the book being published and going live on Amazon. So if you are excited about that, then let's get started right now. Now, the very, very first thing is what I call starting from the top of the mountain. It is very likely that you already have some idea, some content, some piece of material that you have written down, or you have bullet points or a presentation. You have something to work with. You can't create without some kind of end goal in mind. And that's why we start at the top of the mountain. Top of the mountain, very specifically here, is starting with video. Now, you might have other material. Like I said, it might be a mind map, or it might be a PDF, it might be a blog post, it might be an article that you wrote, it might be a press release. It's something. It could just even be bullet points that you type out, where you've done some kind of organization of your thoughts in some way or another. But if you start at the very top of the mountain, you're starting with video. And there's a great reason for this. Obviously, you can strip out the audio, and there's another piece of this as well. When you upload a video to certain platforms like YouTube, you will get a transcript. Now, you're going to get a transcript for free, no time, no money spent. You upload the video to YouTube, and as a result, you can get a transcript. That is our starting point. That is number one above everything else. So that's where I'm starting. And so everything else that I say is assuming that you have uploaded, published a video to YouTube and you have that transcript available. Step number two is very simple. You're going to find your video on YouTube. You're going to check it out and say, okay, there it is. And then you're going to open the transcript. So yes, upload the video, or if the video is there, fine. Then step number two is find that transcript on YouTube. 2 steps already down. Step number 3, since this is all about AI, is open up ChatGPT. Now, you can use other AI. You don't need to use ChatGPT. We certainly use a wide variety of artificial intelligence tools that are available. And who knows when you're going to see this? It could be years from now. But what I will tell you is that it's very likely there'll be AI tools available that allow you to do exactly what I'm talking about. So you're going to open up ChatGPT. That is the 3rd step. And you're going to tell the AI what your end goal is. And in fact, it's really smart to tell the AI, prompt it to say, I am creating a book, or we are going to co-create, or we are going to author, or you are going to write a book for me based on a YouTube video. You can add that part or not. You can tweak and tune and adjust depending on what you think is best. Now, there are certain best practices that are going to make sense, but the key is that you're letting the AI know what your end goal is. What's the end state? It is a book. If nothing else, you can say it's a manuscript, and maybe not always a book, but definitely manuscript, but you can say book as well. Step number 4 is, depending on how long the video is, and therefore your transcript, you're going to copy all the material or chunks of the material. Again, depending on the AI, you can load in lots of content, or you're going to have to do chunk, 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 and that's perfectly fine. So that's what I ended up doing, just so you know, so it's clear. I copy and pasted, chopped it up into, I think, either 4 or 5 different parts. So Very straightforward. You're just copying and pasting the text. And yeah, the timestamps were there and everything. I didn't even care. I knew that the AI would clean that up for me. Step number 5, I told ChatGPT that I was done uploading the transcript. And then I said, or asked it, hey, can you please, based on the material I just uploaded, this video transcript, please create a table of contents for my book. I believe I gave the ChatGPT interface also a little bit more information, such as what I thought the title of the book was going to be. And that's exactly what I ended up doing. By the way, if you want to see this book on Amazon, do me a favor and in the comments below, let me know. And I will drop a link into the book. It's a very high quality book, but if you want the link to that book over on Amazon so you can see it for yourself, then by all means, please do that right now. I love the interaction, so please do that. Let's continue. All right. So the next thing I did after the table of contents, this is step 6 now. We're making great progress here. Step number 6 is I told ChatGPT a few things. Okay, and this is where I use ChatGPT to add value to what I already said, to what I already conveyed, what I already expressed through my video. I told ChatGPT the following things. Pull in quotes from famous and or popular people that would resonate, that fit with the content. That was one thing. Another thing was add science and research and data and related reference material and quotes. So basically, let's beef this up. Let's beef it up with real data if possible. You know, other research, maybe scientific material, but basically add science and research and related material. And then the next thing I said is also add in reference material such as articles and or books and so on and so forth. So the 3 different things, to summarize those again: quotes from famous and popular people, maybe like Henry Ford, Thomas Jefferson, you get the idea, Nelson Mandela. And then I said, hey, how about science and research and data, some analytical stuff, right, for the engineering types, the programmer types, and then reference material, basically things that I have said that can be backed up in some way, and reference, right, link off if it makes sense, and add that material in. Now, again, if you're interested in exactly how this is done, I would be interested in putting together an actual true masterclass where I'm showing you exactly what I wrote and what the results are. If you're interested in that, down in the comments below, also let me know, because I'll put that together for you as well, and we'll see what we can do to get that distributed to you. All right, so that was step number 6. Step number 7 is I also told ChatGPT to write at a 5th grade comprehension level. So it's important that you phrase it that way, because if you say write at a 5th grade level, many people screw this up, by the way. Many people screw this up. If you say something like write at a 3rd grade level or write at a 5th grade level, the language and the wording and the phrases and sentences and so on will be written as if the reader is a child, a 3rd grader or a 5th grader. That's different. That is not the same. This should be an aha, fireworks moment for you. Write at the 5th grade comprehension level. And so what that does is it very much lowers the temperature. Instead of using big, highfalutin words, rather than using a word like comprehend or understand, it could be something as simple as, did you get? Do you follow? Right? So the language goes from being like, maybe if you're a big word talker like I am sometimes, it goes from being these big words down to these little, tiny, easy to understand words. The reason that this works so well and why no one minds it is the following. If you don't have a lot of education or a lot of experience and you don't like reading and big words are offensive and so on. It's like, well, yeah, of course I like to have it so that the words are simple and breezy and fast. But here's the real interesting part. If you have a PhD or you've got master's degrees or you're well educated and you read books all the time and you had an insane SAT score and ACT prep stuff is fun for you and you mastered and dominated English and so on and so forth, you still don't mind reading at a lower comprehension level. It's like if you're a good reader, you don't mind reading a comic book. You don't mind, reading through and enjoying books that are written at a very, very low level because it's like, oh, great, I can just get right to the point. Boom, 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 boom. Flip the pages over very fast. People love that. So I know that that was a huge sidebar, but this is the kind of teaching and training that only the Rhodes brothers provide. Usually people say something like, yeah, right at the fifth grade level, and that's wrong. Obviously, the fifth grade comprehension level is that special, unique, secret tip. These are the kind of things that we do on the regular. So yeah, fist pump, there we go. Pretty awesome. Hope you got something out of that. Give me a like this video if you enjoyed that little tip right there. Okay, continuing on. That was number 7. That was about the reading comprehension level. Number 8, and we're making very fast progress here. This is very exciting. Very, 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 very exciting. All right, number 8. Then you just tell ChatGPT to write chapter 1. Chapter number 1 is the most important of all the chapters besides maybe the very last chapter for a couple of reasons. First of all, you want that chapter to be great so that people keep reading and so that they go, wow, what a great introduction. I really like this style. I really enjoy it. But it's also for another reason. When you do it correctly, when ChatGPT or the AI writes the chapter based on your material, right? Remember, this all goes back to your original YouTube video. The beauty here is that it's taking your material, the AI is taking your words, your material, and converting it into something, almost magical. And then you get to look and say, yeah, that's what I meant. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to get across. That's the value. And then in this case, because you're pulling in quotes and reference material and science and data, who knows, whatever else, because you're augmenting what you did, you feel better. And get this, it's written at a easier to comprehend level as well. So not only is the material more advanced and supported and meaningful, so you're getting more, it's also at the same time, it's less of a burden to understand, easier to understand. The value is, in other words, tremendous, yet the burden on the reader is lower. It's going to resonate with them even more than your very own words and work. So you're reviewing chapter 1 closely. You're kind of taking a look. You're saying, okay, I like this or I don't. And there's nothing that stops you from having the AI rewrite the entire chapter. Hey, please rewrite this entire chapter. Use more references. Use more sports analogies. Make it even easier to read. Use more bullet points. So whatever you would want to tell a proofreader, whatever you would ask a friend to do for you in terms of reading it, tweaking it, tuning it up, if you want to add special flair or you want to add concepts, you can just throw them at the AI and say, I want to see more of this. I'd like to get help with this. And then the AI writes chapter 1 again. So I actually ended up just rewriting one chunk of chapter 1 and then I was done. I said, hey, great, we're done. In my mind, hey, I'm done. Now I've got chapter 1. It was done very, very well. The style was pretty close to my style, surprisingly. And my voice, the John Rhodes voice came through. I saw my ideas from a new perspective. I learned something. So this is another great side effect of producing a book this way is I learn more. I saw these great quotes. I saw how things were better structured, and it really expanded my own thinking, my own mind, my own perspective on my own material. I learned from myself by way of the AI. Very, very meaningful, very powerful stuff. So again, that was number 8, have ChatGPT write chapter number 1. Okay, and then I did something very interesting. Once the chapter was where I wanted it, like exactly, thanks AI, like, hey, right? Then I opened up a blank Word document, .docx, D-O-C-X, .docx, a Word file, and I copy and pasted chapter 1 into that Word file. Okay, so just a copy paste. And then what I did is I went back to ChatGPT and then said, hey, write chapter 2, write chapter 3, and so on, all the way through the 8 chapters that ChatGPT had suggested when I initially said, give me a table of contents, right? So I got the table of contents, and then I had each chapter written, and I just copy pasted, copy pasted, copy pasted. And I did that so I would save my work, see it, I'd be able to review it, see how it flowed, see how many pages it was going to be. I could just sort of understand exactly what the book was going to look like. I could see it take shape, and that would allow me to better do very, very quick edits along the way. So again, that was step number 9. Copy and paste everything into the .docx, right? Lather, rinse, repeat. Chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, all the way through the 8th or 9th chapter, however that ended up working out. So that was step number 9. Step number 10 is after that was done, I just spent a few minutes. I mean, really, it was less than half an hour where I went through, because I was doing copy paste, copy paste. I just went through that document. I went through that Word file and I cleaned things up. I added some page breaks. I made sure I went to the very first page and I had a title page, and then I added a quick copyright page, and then I added a table of contents page. I made sure, by the way, here's another little tip. I made sure that the title for each of the chapters was an H1 heading. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Each chapter, the text for every chapter, I highlighted and did H1. And by doing that, I was able to then go to the table of contents page and then do insert table, and it just took all the H1s and went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? So it went from top to bottom and just auto created the table of contents for me based on, in the Word document, based on the H1s in my Word document. Okay. And again, let me know in the comments below if you're getting this, if you'd like to see me do this, if you need help with this. We can do something for you to help you out with that in one way or another. But again, that was step number 9 at its conclusion, where we did all the copy pasting, added those pages, got the table of contents. It really doesn't take long. The only reason that things can get screwed up at this point is that you get sucked into the content. If you get sucked into the book, sucked into the content, like a black hole, you'll find yourself almost disagreeing with what was written by the AI. You'll find yourself saying, I wouldn't phrase it that way. I wouldn't do that. That's fine, but every time you make that decision, it's costing you time. It's costing you mental friction, right? And that means you're going to slow down. It's going to take you longer to create your book. The reason that I was able to create this book in 2.5 hours, think about that, 2.5 hours from beginning to end. The reason for that is because I let the AI do the work it was supposed to do. And every step along the way, I was making sure that, yep, the previous chunk and the previous chunk and everything that was done before was done as I wanted. So I'm just copy pasting, copy pasting, copy pasting, and then I have what I need. I add in some of the necessary filler, title page, copyright page, table of contents. Those things became easy, and I did very, very, very little actual editing. It was more proofreading than it was editing and trying to reword or rewrite. Okay, so maybe you're smarter than the AI, maybe not, but I let the AI do its work and I read through. I was like, pretty damn good. We'll take this. Okay, so that was step number 9. Step number 10, now that we have the entire manuscript put together, now it's over in that Word document over there, right? I've got it. I need a book description because I know the title of the book and I know the authors, right? The Rhodes brothers. So I say in step number 10 to ChatGPT, write me a book description. Now, here's a little bit of a tip. I found a book that seemed to be in alignment with the book that I was creating. And in this case, I went to the book Atomic Habits, right? So Atomic Habits was the book. And I read through, like I'm going back and forth, and I read the description and I thought, okay, this is going to do. So then I grabbed that description and then I made sure that ChatGPT knew that that book description was the format, the flow, the style that I was looking for. So then I said, hey, this is the style. I want you to use this as a template and then write me a book description based on the book that we just wrote together. So that's what I did. I went to the book on Amazon, Atomic Habits. I grabbed the description and then I went to ChatGPT and then I dropped it into ChatGPT and said, hey, this thing is a template. Now write me a book description that is like that template that I just gave you. And I did it a few times until I got it to where I wanted. And then I did some very minor tweaking. And with that, everything was done with the content of the book and pretty much all the metadata as well. There are keywords that you have to care about, but you probably can rattle off 5 to 7 keywords. If you're not sure, you can start looking at what's showing up in Amazon and get ideas that way. Again, let me know in the comments below if you'd like to know more about keyword research, Amazon keywords, how all that works, other tools that I use, but just kind of think, hey, I need 5 to 7 words that capture the essence of this book if I were a reader wanting to find this book. That's enough for now. But again, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more, know more, and even possibly, hey, put together a course that shows me how to do this. And we might even have a course that will help you do exactly that already. All right, so that was step number 10. Step number 11 is I went over to Canva. And I believe that I do have a subscription over at Canva at this time, although that does not matter, but I use Canva a lot. And one of the beautiful things about Canva is they have a huge number of templates that are available. In other words, you can go to Canva and say, in effect, I need a book. I want to put together a book. I need a book cover. And so that's exactly what I did is I found book templates. I found a book template that I liked, and then I put in the title. I put in a nice little catchphrase, right? And then I made some minor adjustments to the color scheme, and I added in Rhodes Brothers as the author. The end. And then I exported that in the appropriate size. And again, Canva kind of walks you through this, but if you need help with that, you need more details, you got to let us know in the comments below. But the key here is that I use Canva templates, the tweaking and tuning of that. Gosh, I would say it took me 10 to 15 minutes beginning to end to create my own book cover. The other shortcut, although it's going to take time in a little bit of money, is Fiverr. So I've had many different book covers created by going to Fiverr. It's going to cost you anywhere from $5 to $25. But Canva is a low cost, even cheap, even $0 approach if you want to do it yourself. There are templates available, but if you don't feel like doing any of that, I understand. And in that case, it might be worth your time to go to Fiverr and get someone to design your book cover for you. But like I said, I wanted to get this done and get it out and I really, really liked the templates that I was seeing in Canva. And I've done this many, many times, hundreds of books. We've published so many books, it's not even funny. Okay, so that was step number 11. Again, Canva, book cover template, voila, and done. The last step, this is literally the last step. There are steps within this step, but we're there because we have the manuscript, we've got the title, we've thought about the keywords, we've got the book description. I think I said the cover. We got the cover. We got all the raw material. We got it all. So now step number 12 is heading to Amazon KDP because I'm gonna treat this as a digital book, although I could convert it into a print book. Another topic for another day. But this book that I created and launched in 2.5 hours is a Amazon Kindle book. You can do paperback as well. In fact, I might turn this book into a paperback, but for now, to get it out there into the world, it is an Amazon Kindle book. I filled out all of the details. I, picked the description, the keywords, dropped them in, put the author data in there, selected some categories that I thought made sense for this book. I uploaded the manuscript, yes.docx, in other words, a Word document, direct, no funny, weird, bizarre kind of other file format. I didn't use a PDF, didn't do the other types of book types, right? Because there's different file types. It was a straight up Word document that I dropped in. The file that I uploaded, I think it was a JPEG format that was exported from Canva. That's it. So as far as what I had to upload, just those two things, I uploaded again the manuscript .docx Word document and the cover file, right? And I think it was a JPEG, not a PNG. I think it was a JPEG. And it's always the same. It's easy to find this stuff. And then I set the price. Very cheap in this case. I just wanted to get it out there and I wanted people to have access to it. I believe I set the price at 99 cents. And that was it. Now, I encourage you, please, 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 before anything else, if you've missed anything in this video, go back to earlier parts in this video and re-watch, re-listen, understand what it is that I'm talking about, because this 12-step process is really just a few steps. It's not really 12. I just broke it out into 12 so I'd remember all the little pieces and parts. But basically, video on YouTube, transcript, have ChatGPT absorb that content and then augment and enhance that material, clean it up, give me the table of contents. Thank you, ChatGPT. And then copy and paste what comes out of ChatGPT into a Word document, tweak and tune that up. Now we're done. Use ChatGPT for a couple other small things, like maybe the keywords for the description, like I described, and then Canva very quickly and easily using a template. Templates available over in Canva, very straightforward, and then hit Amazon KDP and just load it up in literally 2.5 hours. Now the magic here, the real beauty in this case was that it took me 2.5 hours to do the manuscript and the cover. I submitted it, and to my surprise and delight, it took about another 1.5 or 2 hours before I saw publishing over in Amazon KDP. And then about an hour or so after that, it was actually fully and completely live on Amazon. I grabbed the URL and sent that URL over to my brother Matt and said, dude, or something like that. I said, hey man, look, this took me 2.5 hours to create from beginning to end because I already had this video and I was able to send it to him. So I got a book created, done, completely fully published and live on Amazon for, a very little amount of work. And it was done in not even less than 24 hours. It was done during the day, which is just fantastic. And I know that you can do this as well. I'm absolutely sure that if you can create a video with some kind of content, that you will be able to create a book from that YouTube video. And that's super, super exciting. There are so many other things about this that are really awesome. I'll give you one other example. So one other example of the coolness here with Amazon is that because the book is on Amazon, you do not have to worry about traffic. So you don't have to send out emails. You don't have to hit social media. Obviously, you can. You don't have to spend money to get traffic to your book. Again, you can if you want, but you don't have to. And the reason is that Amazon is a buyer's search engine. It is a book buyer's search engine. Book buyer. People on Amazon are not tire kickers. They are there to buy, to shop. Yes, they're looking and they're thinking and they're wondering and they're creating wish list and all kinds of things. But the people on Amazon, their credit cards are there, ready to whip out, and they are ready to buy your book. And they are buyers and they have buyers' intentions. They're just looking for your book. And you just need to match up and marry up with what it is that they are looking for. And even if they're not, there are people out there that are very, very likely to be quite interested in what it is you have to say, especially if it's been augmented and improved by AI. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Now, you will see on the screen somewhere, either here, maybe over there, you're going to see the next video, and you'll see how to take these concepts, these ideas, this breakthrough, and you'll be able to apply it as you'll see in that next video. But be sure to follow that. Go to the next video right now, or if you want right now, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, but by all means, check out the next video because I think you're going to get a huge amount of value from it and achieve what it is you want to achieve. All right, that being said, this is John S. Rhodes of the Rhodes Brothers, and if you have any other comments or questions, post them below and I'll take a look. Again, check out that next video. See ya.